We've been talking about plans to create 4,000 homes on greenbelt land between Coventry and Birmingham Airport. It's all centred around the rail interchange that's due to be built for HS2. An organisation called the Urban Growth Company is behind the proposals. It's an amalgamation which involves people like JLR, Birmingham Airport and the NEC. Joe Rukin is the campaign manager for Stop HS2. Councillor Court sounds quite excited, Joe, about these plans. Do you share his enthusiasm?
Oh, evening, Clive. No, not at all. But this has been a foregone conclusion. HS2 has always been about developing the green belt. 5-6 years ago, HS2 Limited's chief engineer, Andrew McNaughton, he said it would lead to the creation of a new city between Birmingham and Coventry. So it's goodbye Meriden Gap, it's hello Greater Birmingham, because there's only 4,000 houses now. That's the start. Andy Street, when he was standing for West Midlands Mayor, he said he was going to oppose greenbelt development, but he was in favour of HS2. And HS2 is the greatest threat to the green belt in Coventry and Warwickshire at the moment, and everyone who's got any sense knows that. And this is what HS2 has always been about. It's never been about rebalancing the economy or this magic wand to cure the north-south divide. It's always been about relieving London's commuter pressures by building a new way of getting into London and a load of new houses for the Solihull stockbroker belt for the people who'll be able to afford to use HS2.
But houses, hang on, Joe, houses have to be built, don't they? Everyone accepts that. And one of the points that Councillor Courts makes is the likelihood is that houses will have to be built on green belt. Does it not make sense if HS2's rail interchange is going to go ahead to develop the houses around there rather than go to an alternative green belt site?
Well, there's plenty of brownfield sites. The thing is that developers don't want to build on brownfield sites because they have to clear them up. You might have contamination there. It's much easier to build on greenbelt sites. And, of course, it means that you can flog the houses for more. When you talk about greenbelt development, you ain't talking about social housing, are you? You're talking about five.
Well, he said there would be a balance. He said there would be a balance in the housing, and it would include affordable homes.
You mean there will be a token amount of minimum social housing for the people who have to clean the station and work at the Burger King at the station as well? That's what he's talking about. He's talking about some token social housing for the menial jobs that will surround the station. And it will be a parkway station, For God's sake, it's on the intersection of the A45, the M6 and the M42. Of course it's a parkway station, whatever did anyone else think. And it's a parkway station for, the people who live in Dorridge and Knowle and the Solihull stockbroker belt, the people who currently commute into the city from International. And it's being built for these people. It's not being built for wider economic growth. That's what it's always been about. It's always been about London's commuter pressure, plus, of course, it's been lobbied for by the construction industry. Not just the people who will build HS2, but the people who will build all the houses that go around it.
You oppose HS2, Joe, of course, but isn't your opposition to this, isn't that just part of your opposition to HS2? Aren't you creating almost this sort of scare around HS2 because that's what you really oppose?
Well, I think HS2 have done a great job of creating a scare amongst themselves. You're looking at something that's already officially doubled in price. It started off at, 30 billion. It's already officially up to 56. It's going to keep rising. And, you've had previous transport secretaries like Patrick McLaughlin who said, we will continue to invest in the rest of the railways. It's not either or. We're doing both. And what had happened last month? Electrification, Midland Main Line got cut, Wales got cut, TransPennine got cut. We were meant to be having this electric spine between Coventry and Leamington a few years ago. That's disappeared off the charts. The double tracking of the line through Kenilworth, not going to happen. No one's even talking about that anymore because all the money is going to go on HS2 for the next 20 years if it's allowed to go ahead.